If you could click on the YouTube app can to watch a movie, can you open the YouTube app?
I'll do it.
I have done it.
One second. I am also going to share the link on the chat box. And the link is also on my page, okay? So I will start playing the video on the YouTube app. All right, guys?
Hold on, Anna. It is 5 minutes, so will you like will you play it all at once, or you wanna like play about 2 minutes and maybe 25 seconds and then complete?
I will play the entire.
Okay. Okay.
The entire movie. Okay, may I get started?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. So let's begin.
Way before the first selfie, the ancient Greeks and Romans had a myth about someone a little too obsessed with his own image. In one telling, Narcissus was a handsome guy wandering the world in search of someone to love. After rejecting a nymph named Echo, he Way before the first selfie, ancient.
Okay, guys. Hello, Robert. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm so glad that you came. Guys, Robert is a native speaker. He's a friend of mine, a very good virtual friend. And Robert, we watch a movie about narcissism. Now you try to share my screen. Hold on. Okay, guys, can you see my screen?
Yes,
I
you
can see.
can.
Yes.
Okay. I hope you were able to watch the movie. Hold on 1 second. Someone is calling me. All right. So, Ambro, can you hear me? Hello? Ambro Alcahafi? Okay, I will come back
Yes,
to
I
you.
hear you.
Ah, okay, nice.
Yes,
Were
but your
you...
voice, there is an echo in your voice.
Yes, because
And
some...
the voices of the others also.
Okay. Maybe because someone has the microphone turned on. Okay, were you able to watch the movie?
No, not yet.
Okay, so while you finish, while you are finishing, I will move on, okay? Then I will come back to you.
Okay.
Okay.
So I should watch it now or
Yes, please.
watch it later? Okay.
Okay. Anatoly, were you able to
Yeah.
watch the movie?
Yes, yes, I watched.
Okay, could you read and answer the first question for us?
Okay, the term narcissism comes from A. The discovery of the trait, B. The name of a flower, C. The myth of Narcissus, D. The Sanskrit for self-love.
What is your answer?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, my answer C.
Yes.
The myth of Narcissus.
Okay. Yes, you are right. The ancient Greeks and Romans had a myth, and Narcissus was a guy obsessed with his image, and he caught a glimpse of his own reflection and fell in love with himself, and then a flower sprouts, and the name of the flower is Narcissus. All right. Thank you very much. Let's move on. Okay, Julieta, can you try the next one? Could you read the slide and answer? Julieta?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Grandiose narcissism includes traits like extroversion and attention seeking, confusion
Yes.
and disgust. Well, okay.
No, carry on, sorry.
Vulnerability and insecurity, trust and love. The first one, A.
Uh-huh, you are right. Let's move on.
You had a spelling mistake in A, by the way.
Could you point out?
Oh, it's extroversion, not extraversion? It's a O instead of an A. Extroversion.
Thank you a lot, Robert, for pointing out. Guys, please forgive my mistakes, okay? I'm not a native. Thank you, Robert.
Well, I just thought you'd like to know.
Yes, I'm happy that you pointed out. Please, feel free to correct us. All right, Igum, no, Huyen, could you please read this part and answer the question? Huyen, I can't hear you. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. I will skip you, then I will come back to you, okay? Jorgen, could you please read the slides and answer the question?
Yes, narcissistic personality disorder is a part of all forms of narcissism, a clinical condition involving compulsive selfie taking. C, only made of vulnerable narc. D, an extreme and clinically significant form of narcissism. I believe it's number D, an extreme and clinically significant form of narcissism.
Yes, correct. Letter G. Thank you. Let's move on. Okay, Martha, can you read and answer this question?
Okay, problems that can occur with narcissistic leaders include I think it could be or either A or it could be D, A and B, I'm not sure.
Yes, you are right. A and B. Anger and aggression in the face of threat and poor ethics.
Okay.
You are right. Let's move on. All right, Mustafa, your turn.
Okay, all narcissism is hurtable, but grandiose narcissism is linked to blank parenting, whereas vulnerable narcissism is linked to planned parenting. Okay, perfect, imperfect,
No.
overindulgent. Sorry, I'm reading the
Okay.
options.
Okay.
Perfect, imperfect, overindulgent, cold and controlling. C, kind, overindulgent, absent, present. Hmm. Um, maybe D.
No.
I'm not sure about it, to be honest.
Okay, according to the video, it's letter B.
B.
Overindulgent
Okay.
and
Okay.
cold and controlling. All
And
right.
what? Sorry, Anna. May I ask you what's overindulgence? Like I forgot.
Maybe Robert can explain better than me. Would you mind, Robert? Could
Like
you?
over-involvement.
Overindulgent parent is somebody who, I guess to put it simply, they give the child everything the child asks for. If the child asks for something, the parent never says no. They always try and give the child what the child asks for. That would be
Okay.
overindulgent.
Very lenient.
That punish the kid.
Uh-huh. Thank you, Robert. Okay, now, guys, maybe Adela, do you think grandiose narcissism is generally a good or bad trait in individuals? Why or why not?
I think it's a bad trait for me. I think because it's people is are narcissism. It's only inside about they only think about herself or himself, no on the people in general. I think it's egocentric. For me, it's a bad trait in individually.
Uh-huh. Thank you for sharing. So, do you think it's a bad personality trait because they are selfish, egocentric, and
Yes,
egotistic?
yeah.
Uh-huh. What's your opinion, Emerald? Can you hear me?
Sorry, it's for me? No.
No, for Emerald. I think he can't hear me. Anatoly, would you like to comment?
Yes, I mostly I agree with the previous opinion that it is a bad picture of character, but not always, I think. For the unusual people, for genius, it could be good for society when they using their own creativity, their own unusual point of view, could create something new for human race. And in that case, it could be useful trait, but probably people with that trait feel themselves not so comfortable. It is difficult to live in with that feelings and trait.
Mm-hmm. I see. Maybe for politicians it might be a good personality trait. I don't know because for me Donald Trump is somehow narcissist. I don't know if it's a good personality trait for them. What do you think, Julieta?
I think that Donald Trump is not a politician. He's just a clown. But I think that many good ideas are lost because sometimes people are shy or they don't want to emerge.
Mm-hmm. And can you speak now, Yuyan? What's your opinion? Mm, unfortunately, we can't hear you. I'm so sorry. Keep trying, okay? Jorgen, your turn.
Yes. Well, I think it depends if they perhaps are actors, they can use it to entertain others. Like if they're clowns or, actors have to act a lot and be outgoing and extrovert, and perhaps they could be amusing. But if they're politicians and they're really not aware of of their personality trait, then it can be bad. Because I also think it's important that the person who have these traits are aware of them, so he can adjust. So he knows himself, so he doesn't is negative towards others, but he can adjust for his own way, his own personality. What do you call it? What is the word? I can't remember the word. But it's important that you know who you are, so you can adjust for your behavior. Because I think the negative and harmful narcissism is the one that you're not aware of. You think you're okay, and everybody says there's something wrong, and you just react negatively and harshly and defendably, and that can be very bad. So it depends,
Mm-hmm. I think the word you were looking for was self-confidence, maybe.
No, it's when you have something that leans towards something in your personality, and I don't know if it's called inkling, or perhaps Robert could help me. If you have a personality that is leaning towards something, it's what do you call it? I
Can
can't
you help
remember the
us,
word.
Robert?
I'm not quite sure what he's trying to say.
No, it's difficult for me to explain. But if you have a personality trait, perhaps that's not depressive, but somewhat depressive, leaning towards depressiveness. That's a word I can't remember, but it doesn't matter.
Well, leading toward depressiveness might be good enough.
Yes, are leaning
Well, I
towards
don't know.
something else.
I don't know.
No, I can't remember.
Okay, but I understood what you were trying to say. Anyway, Martha, would you like to share your opinion? Martha?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. I was unmuting my microphone. Um, I think it's about treating individuals because it depends on how you lead your abilities, your skills, your talents, and how you direction it. I don't know if it is a word. Because if you use these talents or these good skills for the wellness of yourself, but also for the others, or the society or the people who surrounds you, and everybody can have a good outcome of it, it's great. But if it's only to nurture your self-esteem and your self being, I don't think it's good, and it's not gonna lead to a good outcomes for yourself or for the others that surrounds you, because sooner or later you will see, maybe at the beginning it will be good by yourself because you will feel like the center of the world, like the wow, like there is no one like me. But at the end, it could come against you. So depends. But I don't think it's a good thing in any ways.
I see your point. And what do you think, Mustafa?
Well, Anna, I think it depends on some situations in life. Like for example, in work, maybe you are a supervisor of some or something like that. I know like teamwork is kind of important, but you know these people who are responsible for doing maybe for managing things, they need sometimes they need this kind of maybe personality or something like that. This maybe it would help them. However, if it was like extreme and too much over, it would be it would have like a negative effect. And yeah, this is my opinion. I think it's good in some point, but it's not like good when it would be like too much. So you have, yeah, you need confidence of yourself. You need to have a confidence, but not too much. You need also opinion of other people's, and yeah.
I see. Yes, I agree. I think it is somehow linked to self-confidence, and maybe it's good for celebrities or politicians. I don't know. What's your opinion, Robert?
Well, I think to some degree we labor under not understanding the term that well because none of us are experts. I mean, some people are talking about extrovertism or being an extrovert, and then or self-confidence, and certainly from the original story of Narcissus and deriving the syndrome from that, it's not to do with self-confidence per se, and it's not to do with being an extrovert, although those may be components. It's to do with loving yourself too much or being too enamored with yourself. So I find that when somebody is a grandiose narcissist, and there's certainly lots of examples that are visible to us these days thanks to the media, I find it repulsive. So when you say, is it generally a good or bad thing, you're not in individuals, you didn't say for whom. So for me, it's a bad thing when I run into somebody like this because I find it repulsive, I find the person distasteful, and I find them ridiculous. That somebody would not it's to me it represents somebody who doesn't realize that they're equal to everybody else because they think they're more special than other people, and I don't. I just think they're another person. So I think for me personally, it's amplified a little bit my repulsion of narcissism by my upbringing, because in my family and my parents and so forth, it was a very popular type of humor was self-deprecating humor, which probably a narcissist is incapable of. Self-deprecating humor is when you're trying to be funny by making fun of yourself. You're insulting yourself. Not because you're depressed about yourself, just because you're trying to make a joke, but you do it at your own expense. And so I was raised in an environment with a lot of self-deprecating humor, and it's sort of, in some ways, comes across as the opposite to narcissism because you're you don't mind making fun of yourself. You don't take yourself seriously. You realize you're just one person and equal to everybody else, and so you're sort of having fun by pretending you're a little bit lesser than other people. So for me personally, when somebody has the grandiose narcissist act, and somebody also referred to actors, I don't see this as a trait of actors, because an actor knows that he's playing a role. An actor doesn't have to be narcissistic at all. He might have to appear that way for the sake of the role he's playing in a movie or a play. But it's an act. That's what acting is. It doesn't have to be his personality. So I just think that for me it's repulsive, and for me I find it distasteful, and I have a lot of difficulty taking somebody seriously that's narcissistic. I just think to me they're a joke. And so I find it very negative. Now, whether it's good for them is another topic, and whether it's good for other people. Didn't somebody mention Donald Trump?
Yes.
Well, like I said, I'm not an expert, so I can't tell you if he's narcissistic. Maybe he is. But clearly, he's got a lot of people following him. So somehow narcissism seems to attract certain types of people, and some people find it very good, because I think what happens is if somebody thinks that much of themselves, some of the people that follow them think, well, I'm going to follow him because he's so great. But he only says he's great, but I guess to the people that believe that, they are encouraged by following somebody that's so wonderful.
Yes, exactly. I agree with you. I think people who are narcissists are very repulsive, but I don't know. Some people seem to be attracted for some unpleasant personality traits, you know. Donald Trump is the best example of it, because he's narcissist. He's totally narcissist, and it seems to be attractive for people. Don't you think so, Robert?
He's attracting some people in the Republican Party. Yes, there's no doubt about it. He's attracting something like 30 or 40% of the people in the Republican Party currently. But so if he's narcissistic, then I guess it's working for him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he is. Maybe he's also an actor. He's got a lot of experience with television, so it just might be an act too. I don't know. But he does seem to have a big ego.
Yes.
I don't know. Has anybody diagnosed Donald Trump as a narcissist? This is where I have trouble. It's easy to call somebody that, but I'm not a psychologist that's qualified to say something.
Me neither. It's just my opinion. Okay.
Well, he has other traits too, because narcissism is loving yourself, whereas if you think about it, Trump is probably most famous for hating other people.
Yes.
Hating others isn't one of the traits of narcissism. Loving yourself is. So a lot of what he's famous for is in hating the Chinese and hating the Mexicans and hating almost anybody he can think of. That's not narcissism. Narcissism is loving yourself more than it is hating other people.
Yes, maybe.
So I don't know whether you can just call him that, or maybe he has other problems.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Sam, what do you think?
No. Yes, I think it's no doubt that people, if I understand that, because at the beginning part, I didn't attend, so just the word, how to pronounce this grandiose narcissism. How we can pronounce this words.
Grandiose narcissism. Grandiose.
Grandiose narcissism. Okay. So I think that less sensitive and more confident, right? Yes, it's a bad or good thing. I think it's depend that person and people. For example, they are sensitive, less sensitive, and it might be a more confident, and in which we can say that which um, category we can say that, or um,
Sam, I lost
because sometimes, hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Okay. So you know that sometime your if a category of people who are doing work, and they are less sensitive. For example, um, for example, um, uh, um, people who they have very confident, but they can't. They are less sensitive. So it's not all. We can say that all people in a same category or group are same. It's depend on nature, a person nature that they are. But we can say that they are bad or good or bad, because it's depends. Sometimes we need something. For example, some place. For example, that uh, uh, a doctor. You know that um, when they are doing operation at that time, they use different tools, and they cut the body of human being. So we can sense that they are not sensitive because this is the job, and they are more confident when they are doing this. So we can say that they are a bad thing because the requirement of his or her job. So it's very different in different category and and nature, and we are saying that this is a bad thing or this is a good thing. I don't think so. It's sometimes it's human nature, sometimes the requirement, or sometimes we can say that without this we can't do. And so I think that is we can't say anything about this, either it's a good or bad.
Well, I beg to differ. I think it's a bad thing, and I don't think doctors are narcissists. On the contrary, they love people. They try to help people, you know. And as Robert was explained to us, narcissism is not the same thing as self-confidence. It's different. Okay, let's move on. Sam, can you think of any characters in movies who have high levels of grandiose narcissism? How about vulnerable narcissism?
Vulnerable narcissism. I can, I don't remember that exactly, that that
It was in the movie we played.
okay, because I was not present at that time. Sorry. And I can find the link, even though in so sorry. I can explain that which or which character we can say that in a high level of this.
Okay. Vulnerable narcissists tend to be more emotionally sensitive. They feel helpless, anxious, victimized when people don't treat them like royalty. just like he, uh, well, uh, just like those with BPD, vulnerable narcissists are preoccupied with fears of rejection and abandonment. And grandiose narcissists are less sensitive and more confident. They know they are superior and they will seek revenge or go into a vicious rage against those who don't treat them with respect or dare to give them negative feedback. That's the basically difference between those.
Okay, so we can say that vulnerable narcissism is more uh, uh, emotionally sensitive. Okay.
Yes,
As
they fear rejection,
uh-huh.
and the people who suffer from grandiose narcissism, they will seek revenge if someone treats them badly, you know.
Okay.
What do you think, Robert?
I'm having trouble thinking of characters in movies. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, did you have some characters in mind? I just sorry, I'm just coming up blank on that.
Zorgan has one.
Oh yes, Tony Montana from Scarface. I think he had high levels of thinking about himself. He wanted the whole world. He says, "Me, I want what's coming to me." And then his friend Manny asks, "Oh, well, what's coming to you?" And then he answers, "The world, chico, and everything in it." And he was a drug dealer, and but he wanted the world, and he treated people with condescending attitude, even his best friend. Uh, but I think he perhaps was a grandiose narcissist because he believed he was entitled to having the whole world through drug dealers. So
Adela, you brought up something?
Yes, there are a movie I remember is Sunset Boulevard. Is Gloria Swanson. It's about an actress, very narcissist. When they don't have a good success, not can movies, etc. Is the final, no, about that. I remember is very interesting about narcissism.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Julieta?
I think I have two characters. Crudelia Demont, the aristocrat, and the Joker in Batman.
Mm-hmm. Could you expand a little bit more?
Well, Crudelia, because she was, well, she didn't care about the little puppies, and she just wanted a new clothes. And the Joker, maybe he is a psychopath freak too, but I think he is really narcissist.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Aka.
Yes, hello. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. We watched a movie and we
Mm,
are having a discussion.
Yeah, I watched the YouTube video, first half part of the YouTube video. Yes.
Would you like to comment about this question?
Okay. Movies who have high levels of grandiose narcissism. Sorry, one question. Grandiose narcissism and vulnerable narcissism. I think vulnerable narcissism is a kind of weak narcissism. What is grandiose narcissism?
Basically, someone who suffers from vulnerable narcissism, they cannot deal with rejection. They
I
tend to
see.
be more emotionally sensitive, and people who are who who's, who suffer from grandiose narcissism, they are less sensitive, they are more confident, and they seek for revenge when people mistreat them.
I see. Okay, strong narcissism, maybe heroes and villains kind of thing. Maybe, yeah, maybe that's why kids like such movies, or even the adult, because they can reflect such narcissism to the heroes and maybe probably villains too. And vulnerable narcissism, maybe that means maybe people cannot reject someone's request because they have a narcissist. Is that meaning? Accept everything. Some people tends to be like that. People cannot refuse.
Yes, they cannot deal with rejection, you know.
Geographic rejection. What is it?
Rejection.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, it's difficult for them to reject something.
To be rejected, not to reject something.
To be rejected. Okay, I got it. Maybe some couples in the film, a kind of romantic film, they miss each other and a kind of love triangle kind of thing. So maybe people reflect such kind of feeling. Yeah, in such kind of the people in the movie. Yes.
A character that comes to my mind is a character played by Jim Carrey. I forgot the name of the movie. I don't know the translation. He was a guy who was working a TV company, you know, to fix the cable TV.
Yeah, cable guy.
The cable guy, yeah.
Yes, for me it was a kind of vulnerable narcissism because he couldn't accept that the other guy didn't want to have a friendship with him.
Right. Yes. Yeah, I think so.
Robert, would you like to say something? My friend.
Who do you ask?
No, I was just agreeing with. No, I was just trying to help. I remembered the movie name, but so did he, so it's fine. I didn't.
Yeah.
The cable guy. No, I just
I think
No, I don't have anything to add. I can't think of another movie character to add.
It's okay. What about you, Martha?
I think it's very difficult to think about characters because I think most of the main characters, the bad characters that has a lot of power and people that works for them behind them are very narcissistic and like grandiose narcissism. So I think right now, this moment, no, I don't have any character that comes to my mind right now because wherever you see a movie, it's always the antagonist and the bad character that is a bad person and is very narcissistic. So I don't know, maybe a good father, maybe I don't know, I don't. But if you see all kind of movies, for me, there's always the bad person, the bad character is narcissistic, always.
Okay, thank you.
I think I was going to say the part of the problem I have is again, our definition of narcissistic. Like the first character that came to my mind when you asked the question was Leonardo DiCaprio's lead role in The Wolf of Wall Street.
Ah, yes, definitely.
However, when I think about it, I don't think he's narcissistic. I think he's he doesn't come across as loving himself. He comes across as a criminal, as greedy, incredibly greedy, incredibly strong leader, powerful and greedy, but he doesn't seem to love himself. He doesn't seem shocked that other people are out to arrest him or get him. He expects that. So I don't get the feeling that he's a narcissist. He's just a criminal.
Yes,
And
a very
so,
greedy and convincing.
yeah, I know. But I don't think he fits the idea of the guy that looks in the mirror and says you're wonderful all the time. He doesn't. He's not portrayed in the movie as somebody that's thinking about how wonderful he is. He's just thinking about what he can get. So I don't know that he's a narcissist, even though he was the first thing that came to my mind. I don't think he fits the definition.
Robert, what about James Bond?
James Bond. Well, he's very
I think he
confident.
is.
Yes,
Well, he is.
Which kind? Which kind? Do you think he's grandiose or vulnerable? I
Oh,
guess he's
no,
not
no, the
vulnerable.
grandiose one. Oh, maybe vulnerable, but I don't know.
But
No, he's the grandiose one.
The only reason I don't think of him as a narcissist is because he certainly isn't vulnerable, but he doesn't react. If people don't respect him, he doesn't react by killing them. He only kills people when he has a logical reason to. If it's part of his job to help him get the mission done, he'll kill you. But he's not going to kill you just because you insult him.
yes, that's true.
No, because he thinks he's the best.
Oh, he does. Yeah,
Because
no, he's a
me
strong
too.
ego. Yeah. But is he? I don't think he is vengeful because people insult him or people don't respect him. He kills people because it's part of his mission. So I don't know. I think he's similar, but I don't know.
And what about the good father, Emru?
Hi, how are you doing? Yes, about the Godfather, Don Corleone. Yes, I think he's a narcissistic person because he thinks he is a superior man, and he's using the other people to make the killing and for his own benefits. Yes, and this also has moved to his son. It was inherited to his son, Michael Corleone. So, I think the person can be raised to be a narcissistic person if his family has raised him on this basic.
Yes, definitely. The nurture and the way that people are raised definitely contributes to it. And I agree.
Yes, thank you.
Hold on. Okay. Can you guys think of any celebrities who seem narcissistic? What makes you think that? Do you think their narcissism hurts their popularity or actually helps them to remain popular? I think we talked a little bit about it. Go ahead, Julieta.
I think one of the most narcissistic celebrities is Lady Gaga.
I
I think she can see herself like goodness or something.
And what do you think, Marta?
I think George Clooney, but not totally, because he supposedly used his imagine and his name and his popularity for doing good charity things. Like he's very evolved and very committed with helping the people who are in terrible war situations in some places from Africa. He's like an advocate, but at the same time, he's very narcissistic in the things he does as a celebrity. For example, that wedding that he had, so eccentric, so exaggerated, so to rent almost an island in Italy and to close I don't know how many streets and all the security measures and everything to make sure that nobody, except the people that was invited, could be a witness. And I think it's too narcissistic and selfish, and to please his wife to be, and this frivolity, I mean, frivolity world where they belong. I think is very narcissistic, because if we think about other celebrities, I think everybody is very narcissistic, just for the fact to be in this business, in this world that yes, that make everybody, the audience make them stars because of the movies or the TV shows, because they are all the time in movies or in TV. So anybody who is in TV, even in just a reality show, everybody's called celebrity nowadays. So, but yes, because if we talk about Angelina Jolie, it's the same thing, but she's like a little more low profile. She's a very good person that also does charity, like George Clooney and some others, but she's more low profile in the way she managed her popularity, and she focuses more for helping as a UNICEF advocate, and she works a lot for the countries on war and with problems in Africa and in Asia. So I cannot tell that she is a narcissistic, but yes, I think George Clooney has these two sides, no? For one side, he's a very philanthropist and a very human being who's using his popularity to help, but for the other side, he's using his popularity to do stupid and eccentric things just to please his wife, or I don't know why. So
I
that's
see.
what I think
I see
about
your point. Well, maybe some celebrities use charity to promote themselves, but I don't think it's a bad thing, because they are helping people anyway. So what's the problem?
it.
Well, feel free to comment, guys.
I think of there's a the name that comes to my mind, especially here, is Kanye West,
Oh yes, this is a
because
good.
he seems to fit the definition because he cannot handle it when somebody criticizes him. because he's just an average rap singer, really. Well, not just average. He's done very well in the past, but whenever somebody criticizes him, he goes on Twitter or Facebook or whatever and starts getting very insulting and attacks a person, and he cannot handle somebody criticizing him. He almost seems stunned when somebody doesn't think he's a genius, and he says so. Like, he's really surprised if somebody says anything negative about what he does. And of course, if you're a celebrity, a musician, or in acting or whatever, of course there's going to be a lot of people that write articles that say you didn't do a very good job with that song or that movie. But with this guy, he cannot handle it. He explodes every time. If somebody criticizes him, he just completely explodes, and it's all over the internet because he simply cannot handle criticism. So I think of Kanye West as extremely narcissistic, and I don't know whether, it almost seems like he's a combination of vengeful or grandiose and vulnerable, because he hurt very easily, but then he does attack too. He attacks other people when he's criticized.
Yes,
Anyway.
I agree.
May I comment?
Sure.
Yes, because that's very interesting, because maybe he's very vulnerable. Maybe he's hurt so much about the people criticism. So that's why he becomes kind of aggressive. And actually, a lot of celebrity using narcissism for their promotion get popularity because people like it to see their narcissism. But maybe how can I say sometimes they confuse egoistic and narcissism because they are related actually. So some celebrities, when the celebrities' ego and their narcissism connect, maybe it cannot appeal to people. Maybe they are kind of working on a very kind of thin line between the narcissistic and egoistic. Because I like, watching Mick Jagger on the stage. It's very cool. So such kind of narcissist, I want to be like him, or audience reflect their image. To be like narcissistic figure on the stage or something.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how you tell the difference between somebody that just is putting on a show and somebody who's actually narcissistic. I thought of Kanye just because he's famous for reacting or overreacting when somebody criticizes him. I don't know about people like Mick Jagger. I think if I think of Kanye, then I think of Drake, who's another very popular rapper right now. And Drake doesn't come across as narcissistic at all. He doesn't mind making fun of himself. He doesn't take himself seriously. Like, he doesn't care. Whereas if you insult Kanye, you're in trouble. I don't know what happens if you insult Mick Jagger. What are you going to say to Mick Jagger? You're old? Well, he is old, so he probably won't get upset about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
One thing, for example, sometimes narcissistic people are victim your comments or your ideas and hurt their popularity. For example, Cristiano Ronaldo is a soccer, is a Portuguese, but play in Spain. No, it's not Brazilian. It's Cristiano Ronaldo is Portuguese, but the last Sunday when finish the match, they don't have a good result, and the comment was if everyone will play same level I play, we are in other level. Evident the problem with your team is very important. No, they need to have to say it's not my idea, or they need to change, because
To
they
be
have
like him.
yes, problem with the team trainer, etc. No?
Yes.
Maybe they think is the best soccer, no, in your team. It's a
Yes.
problem.
That was definitely a narcissistic remark. Okay, let's move on. Okay, guys, how do you see narcissism play out on social media? Do you think people who act in a narcissistic way on social media know how others see them? Who would you like to comment? Anyone can comment.
You got people. All I can think of is I don't know. I thought that if somebody knew they were looking narcissistic, you would think they would stop because it's not considered a positive trait. But people do it all the time. So
There's
I
something
don't know.
called trolls. I don't know if that's a part of narcissism. Someone who trolls to keep on. I think they're writing the same thing or keep on making themselves look interesting, causing a what do you call it? Attention to themselves. But it could also be because people are bored or feeling lonely. That's not because they are narcissistic, perhaps. Uh, I don't know. It can be difficult to from a social media post to determine if the person who writes this narcissistic or just bored. Because I don't know. I think you need something more than that to really determine that. But if you take the word narcissism and replace it with selfishness or egocentrism, then you can ask the same question and then how do you see selfism play out on the social media? Uh, we see that in terms of how people treat each other. In an argument, perhaps people they twist and turn to end up having their points, having what do you call it, to win a discussion because they want to listen. That's a kind of selfishness, I guess. They can't afford to listen to others. They have to have right, have to be right and look right in the face of others, and then they can twist and turn and perhaps even lie just to win a discussion. That's a kind of narcissism, I believe. They simply can't afford to lose face in towards others. And people like that, of course, you don't want to have anything to do with them because they're exhausting. And but that's a sad personality. That's a sad person who is this way because he ends up being lonely, and maybe he also has this kind of feeling inside that he is this way and he doesn't like the way he is. Because sometimes I believe that narcissists, they suffer to a certain degree because they have this feeling that they are not quite social and they don't like the way they are. And if they act out and lash out at people afterwards, they're sad because they did what they did, but they can't help themselves. So that's a perhaps a personality disorder. When narcissism turns into a real personality disorder, then it's more or less a mental sickness or disease, and that is very sad for these people. So there's all kinds of levels of narcissism. So some are pathologically sick, and some are just more or less selfish.
I see. Well, and I have two more questions. Do you think we know how others see ourselves.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
The way people see ourselves. Do you think it's uh, what we think about the way that we appear for other people are accurate? The idea that we have about ourselves and the way that people see us. Do you understand my question?
Yes, I understand it. I think we should be uh, concerned, or we should be. It wouldn't matter to us what others think about us, but at the same time, I think not, because everybody is one person. Everybody's a different world. Everybody has different ways to see life, and we cannot judge others just because of the way they don't think or act in the same way that we do, or we would do it. Of course, there's people that are very annoying and are obnoxious and are very unpleasant to be with, but like we have a saying in Colombia, in Spanish, we are not a necklace to like everybody, right? I don't know if it exists in English, the equivalent for that, but it's complicated. I think the best way to is not to like others, but it's most important to like ourselves. Because if you don't like yourself, how you're gonna like the others? If you don't like the way you are, how you're gonna like the others? If you don't love yourself first, how you're gonna love the others? Which doesn't mean that necessarily you are being selfish, but I think at the end it's okay to worry about how the others see us, but depends who is that who. Because if it's people that we don't like, or if it's people that we has nothing to do with them, they are not closer to us, they are not our friends, they barely has contact with us. Why I should worry about how this person sees me? Um, I just will do what I think that I have to do, and it's appropriate and it's correct in a society environment, and I will try to live in the best way according to my principles and my convictions and my values, the social values, and try to share with the others. I would like to be more closer to the people that it shares those values more than the people who doesn't. But it doesn't mean that automatically I'm gonna dislike the people who doesn't just because they don't have it or they don't think in the same way. So
Mm-hmm.
depends, but it wouldn't be something that will uh, take my sleeping off from. It will be something that really would bother me or concern me, like everybody, because it's impossible.
Okay, thank you. Julieta, what do you think about the selfies? And do you think that this trend is something that is narcissist and people are becoming more narcissists because they take pictures of themselves and post on social media? Do you think it's a kind of narcissism, Tim? Sam?
Yes. You asking me?
Uh-huh.
I thought you were asking with Juleta.
No, I asked you.
hmm Um,
What do you think about selfies?
About selfies. Okay.
Yes, people
Okay.
taking pictures of themselves and
Yes.
posting
Yes.
others.
Especially in our teenagers, it's very common here, and uh, especially that they want to take a photo and they want to know that how they look like, and um, of course here uh, they know that about the what how they look like, and um, so uh, yes, we can say that it's a self-confidence because they know that that in 10 years or 15 years ago that we don't have this kind of facility, especially selfies, and uh, when after getting this opportunity, or we can say that they get this way, they can take photo him or herself. So of course we can say that they they show that they himself or herself how they look like, and I think there's more confident in this sense, and that's why they don't need 20% to take photo as well, because they can take themselves, and I don't think so this is a narcissism, because if you don't have a person, for example, you are moving alone any place and you can take a photo, we can say that you are self-confident, that's why you are doing this, because this is the need, this is requirement. And so in this sense, I don't think so we can consider in this a way that it's narcissism. That's why they are taking they're using the selfies, and they behave like that.
Mhm.
So yes, I don't think so we can consider in this way.
Okay, Emerald, do you
Yes.
think that people who are vain are narcissistic?
For the people who take selfies, you mean?
Yes, or who are
Yes.
very concerned about their appearance?
Yeah. About selfies, well, some people take the selfies only just for fun. Um, so they just make many funny pictures. So this it is, it's not always like being a narcissist. So, but some people who take a lot of pictures, and just they take the selfies after preparing their appearance, and they take a lot of care about their appearance. So this can be kind of narcissism.
Okay, thank you.
About the girls, they they take a lot of selfies, but they more than the men. But this doesn't make them narcissists, but because they just want to watch how they appear. So it's okay.
Hmm. Thank you. Guys, I think we are reaching the end of our hangout. I'd like to thank you all, especially Robert, who has been a wonderful friend and has been helping me a lot with my English. And Robert, I feel honored when you come to my hangout, because you
Oh,
are a native speaker and you help us a lot, a lot, a lot.
well, you're
And
all pretty good, but glad to be here. Yeah.
I don't know how to thank you.
No need. Enjoy this. Okay.
I feel very happy when you show up. Sam is asking me to introduce you. He's a friend that I met on Google. He's a native speaker, and he's a very nice guy. Does anyone would you like to comment something about the topic or the hangout or any suggestions?
I think it was an interesting hangout, Anna. I think it was an interesting topic. And I'm also enjoyed that Robert is participating, because he can feed us with some new words and phrases that we perhaps need. So I think that's a good thing also. So
Yes, he's the most important presence in our hangouts. Robert, Marta wants to know where are you from?
I live in Toronto, Canada. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Everyone is saying that you are a great addition to our hangouts.
Well, I'm glad I'm of some use. I'd like to be of some use.
You are your guest of honor.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I feel honored.
Okay. So guys, let's wrap up. Let's finish. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you all, especially Robert.
Thank you very
Okay,
much,
well,
Anna.
thanks for
Thank
organizing
you,
it.
Anna. Great,
Yep,
great
yep, yeah,
hangout.
good work,
I'm
Anna.
glad that I could
See
make it.
you.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
bye.
guys.
Bye.
Thank you. See you the next hangout.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye, guys. See you later. Bye.